Welcome to NCIX Tech Tips. Today we're not going to be having a live host as we look at the CA750 monitor and Samsung wireless central station. Nah, I'm just kidding, here I am. So I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to take your laptop, see this, wireless USB input, and use wireless central station in order to extend your desktop in an ergonomic and visually pleasing manner. Not only have I connected this display to this notebook, which you can see by me moving my mouse over here, but I have also connected it to network, so I don't have the wireless LAN running on here right now at all. I have also connected it to a USB hub, so I can use this mouse and keyboard right away as soon as I connect it. And last but not least, I have connected it to, a USB hub. I already said that, including USB 3 support. Stay tuned for more. So let's start by taking a close look at the CA750. This is one of the first monitors that we've seen with this kind of very cool, almost revolutionary technology implemented directly into the monitor. So besides the dongle you plug into your notebook, you actually don't need anything additional. The monitor comes fully equipped with compatibility for central station from the start. So this is a 27-inch 1080p monitor. You can see it comes on a very unique stand that allows, and forgive me for reaching over here and getting my prop, allows you to use it either above your notebook display. So you're sitting at your desk, you can move the mouse up onto your secondary monitor, or by moving it down to its lowest position, like I had it before in the introduction, you can use it beside your notebook. And since the bezel style and the height of the monitor is going to be very similar to a notebook, it makes for a very ergonomic viewing position. You can also angle it very dramatically, see this? So that no matter what angle you're viewing your notebook from, you are going to be able to have the screens look similar in terms of their brightness and their color reproduction, because the angles are going to be the same. So I want to just take a look at something other than the hinge and arm mounting, so you can see it from the side. This is a very slim monitor. For comparison, here's an iPhone 4 showing you guys how thin this LED, cameraman's looking at the bottom, I'm holding my iPhone at the top, how thin this LED backlit 27-inch 1080p monitor is. So that should give you some idea. Down on the bottom here, you can see the integrated USB 3.0 ports. So those are supported either as USB ports from a USB hub, and I'll show you that input in a minute, or these are going to be standard USB ports that are supported by the wireless USB interface, which I will also show you in a minute. You've got a standard HDMI input as well as a headphone out port. So that's the thing that I meant to say in the intro and I forgot, but it is also an audio device over that lone USB connection. So let's move around to the back. We've got our power in. We've got our USB 3 cable in. So I'm just going to show you guys both ends of this cable. This is what's going to give you the best performance with the CA750, because USB 3 does support up to 10x the transfer speed of USB 2, and certainly a higher transfer speed than the wireless USB. We've also got a LAN port. As I mentioned in the intro, our notebook does not have its wireless network enabled. So let's say you're using this in an office environment where you don't necessarily have wireless LAN. Well, here you go. Now you can take your wired LAN and you can transmit it by wireless USB to your notebook without any configuration whatsoever. You just bring the notebook next to it. You've got VGA in, which is important still for a model like this, because if it's intended for more of an office or business use, many office notebooks still are using primarily VGA as their secondary output. On the other side, we've got two more USB 2 ports, which I'm using for the keyboard and mouse that I have connected to the CA750, and that should pretty much cover the physical aspects of this monitor. Actually, I just want to show you guys one more thing. On the back, you can see it has quite a glossy finish, and then a brushed metal finish here to the stand itself. Okay guys, so I just want to take a little time to talk about the practical applications of a product like this. So we all remember those docking stations for notebooks back in the day, right? Where you had, you plugged it in, it was already plugged into the power, right? And then it would be plugged into your printer and your scanner and your external, FireWire CD burner, like, back when people actually used those things. But this is far more practical. So now, let's say you've got two of these. You've got one at home and you've got one at the office, for example. Now all you do is you plug everything into your USB hub, you take your notebook, your power adapter, you're still going to need that. It does not power your notebook. And all you have to do is plug it in when you get home, plug it in when you get to the office, and all of your stuff is already installed. So not everyone actually understands why people need 2 monitors. Personally, I have 4 monitors on my work desk, and I really don't know how I could go back to doing it any other way. I mean, let's say, for example, we want to find out some new details on the royal visit, and then we're making notes like, okay, Will and Kate's Canada tour date is going to be released, so go ahead and we'll copy that over to a note-taking document, and this is important because X, whatever the case may be. Using multiple monitors allows us to much more easily cross-reference materials against each other. So really, that's pretty much it. That's the practicality of it. You have all your devices already plugged in by the time you sit down in front of the monitor, and you have all this extra screen real estate that you can use for extra productivity. So there's 2 really cool pieces to this Samsung monitor package. One is the monitor, which is a 27-inch LCD monitor. It's also a wireless USB to wired network adapter. It is an audio to wireless USB adapter. It is a USB wireless video device. And last but not least is finally a wireless USB to wired USB hub. But this guy right here is really the cool one. This is a USB 2.0 wireless adapter that allows us to have what I believe is the coolest part of this monitor, which is obviously the wireless functionality, where simply by taking the LCD, or rather the notebook that we're using with it, and placing it near the monitor, we cause it to turn on and enable itself. So this is also a great power saving feature, you guys, because as soon as I take my laptop out of the office, it goes into a power saving mode. As soon as I come near it, it pops out of power saving mode. Now it's working again. So I'll show you guys just how quickly, because this is in real time, the CA750 is going to be detected and ready for use. Just like that. Now, that's not your only option though. If you do want a higher performance connection, because really the wireless USB 2.0 is not suitable for playing back high definition videos on the CA750 or whatever the case may be, you've got so many other options with this product. So you can use USB 3. That is a high-speed hardwired connection that is going to give you more performance, and it is going to do everything from detecting faster to operating at a higher frame rate with higher color depth, giving you just generally more performance. You can actually also use it as a hardwired display device. So if you want to use HDMI for full performance, remember, HDMI just blows away anything wireless or anything else wired, like a USB interface, for the sheer bandwidth that it can carry. So that's obviously going to give you the best performance. So I'm just going to briefly show you guys the performance that we do get transferring files. So just so you can see, this is a full USB 3 connection. I'm going to transfer files from, where's my mouse? There it is. I'm going to transfer files from my USB 3 SSD drive that I have attached here. I'm going to take, let's see, a Steam folder. Let's take some large files of some sort. Let's take this one. So we're going to copy 8.47 gigs. So you can see we're getting huge transfer rates of up around 120 megabytes per second. So this is a very high performance USB 3 hub. I have the monitor plugged in here. I have the OCZ Enyo drive plugged in over here to the USB hub that is built into the monitor. So you can see we're getting not only display being transferred through there, but also very, very high speed data. So I'm just going to go ahead and drag this over to the other side. So you can see right there, like I said, frame rate's not perfect, even running on a wired connection when you're using USB, but the performance is certainly adequate for work, and you do have all the flexibility that you want in terms of how you connect it. So thank you for checking out this NCIX Tech Tips episode on the CA750 and wireless central station. Don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more great videos like this.